Gagandeep Singh, and I'm a world record holder in the India Book of Records. And the record title is Most Pull-ups in 12 hours. Now I'm sort of a magician too, so I can read your minds. And you must be thinking, well, you don't even look like a bodybuilder. So how can you achieve that? I'm sure everybody knows what pull-ups are, right? Where you hang on to a bar and you pull yourself up. Okay? So I did that record for 12 hours. And I did 3,101 pull-ups. And I'm the first Indian ever in history to achieve that feat. So how did that happen? How a person who looks like me, who doesn't even lift weights, how a person like me can do that? And not just me. If I can do that, anyone sitting here, you can do that. You can do that too. Okay. So let me start how it all started. So back in 2020, I was reading a book which was named Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. How many of you have read that book or heard about David Goggins? Okay. So I came to know about David Goggins and I just kind of came to know about his background, what kind of person he was. So he was a Navy SEAL, which is considered one of the toughest defense organizations in the world. He's also an ultra-marathon runner. He's an ultra-distance cyclist. And I came to know that he also made a world record of the pull-ups. And that's how I got the inspiration. And his background, he weighed 300 pounds, he was lazy, he had no purpose in life. And so that inspired me, that if a person like him can do it, then I can do it too. But before I started, so I just wrote that goal, that I don't want to do it, let's do it for 12 hours. Let's make this record for 12 hours. And nobody has done that. So I wrote it in my list of goals. Now I have just written it, okay? So writing it is easy, but how do you execute it? So I am the kind of person who has, before making this record, in 2020, before 2020, I had not done even 50 pull-ups in my life, in my whole life. So before I tell you how I did that, and what are some of the things that I learned from that experience, let me take you back in my childhood. So from a very childhood, I was a shy, introvert kind of person, but I was a very troublesome kid. Okay? And trust me on that, I was a pain in the ass for most of the people. So, one day, there was a sports meet in our school, and I also registered my name. Now, nobody in my class would have thought remotely that I would register my name for this sports day because I was very weak. Okay, I did not have that kind of strong physique. So when the event was happening and there was trials for the 100 meters, so I went for the 100 meter trials and everybody standing in a queue. And they are all very tall, and I'm just standing, just behind the queue, I'm looking like this. Okay. So all of them turned around and they looked at me and they started laughing among each other. And they said to me, hey Gagan, what are you doing here? Do you know that this is a 100 meter trial? And I just said nothing to them. Because I just wanted so desperately wanted to compete in that. So, and then after that, the sports teacher came in. And as soon as he came, he looked at me and said, you know, you should not come here. Why have you come here? You should focus on your academics. You're not meant to participate in sports. You can't do that. So at that day, I just went back. But I thought to myself, acha koi nahi dekho to the teacher. So that's what I thought. And then I had this goal. I took it to my heart that someday I will achieve something in this area and prove these people wrong. So now back to 2020, I've written a goal. So how do I prepare? How do I prepare for it? So I started preparing for it in March or April, in the middle of April. And I started preparing for the pull-ups. And in the beginning, I was not even able to do 5 pull-ups in a row. Forget about 3,000. So I continued to do that. And now I have applied for the record. And there was a day in front of me where I had to actually execute that. Where I had to do that. So I organized the event. It was live on YouTube. And it was recorded. So I started doing pull-ups and it went smoothly until the 10th hour. And what happened in the 10th hour was, it was very crucial hour for me. Because in the 10th hour, I just snapped. So the very next pull-up that I did, after snapping my wrist, I could just feel that my wrist was just broken and it could fall off anytime. And that was a very crucial moment, because now I have to decide whether I have to continue or not. So at that time, I thought of myself. And now this is the situation which we face in life. This is similar to the situation we face in life. We face some situations where our mind starts questioning us. That why are you doing this? What is the need to do this? You should better quit. You have done it for 10 hours, then it's enough. And it's a lot of an achievement. So you should quit now. But that is the very moment that you should tell your brain that why are you doing this? What is the purpose behind doing this? So you should remind yourself what is the purpose behind doing this. So I reminded myself that I'm not doing this just for personal achievement. I'm doing this because so that other people who are just like me could look at this achievement and they could take inspiration from that. That if a person like me, who used to get told that you're not good enough in sports or you're not engaging in physical activities, if that person can do it, then anybody can do it. And then secondly, I also have to prove that which is wrong. Right? So I took that inspiration, I reminded myself, so I somehow started to continue to push myself. I was somehow just doing pull-ups on, you can say, 1 hour only, because the wrist was completely off. So I did it, and somehow I completed it, and in the end I did 3,101 pull-ups, and as I said, I'm the first and the only Indian to achieve this. So what are the lessons that I learned from it? Let me share you some of the lessons that I learned from this experience. Okay, it was a very short experience, but it taught me many lessons, which you can apply in any level of your life. So the first lesson is, or you can say, it's mind over matter. Okay, whatever your mind can conceive, whatever your mind can believe, you can see it can do it, it can achieve it. Okay, let me give you an example. How many of you go to the gym? Okay, so we have quite a few pumpers here. Okay, so when you go to the gym, you know what lactic acid is, right? So when you go to the gym and you lift weights, you don't lift 100 at a time, right? You weight in sets of 10, sets of 20. Okay, and then your body starts to release lactic acid in your body. And the basic job of lactic acid is to give your body the signal that you have done enough, that you have overworked that particular muscle and you should stop. But your brain is so powerful that it can overpower that signal and tell your body to even do it more. Okay, let's say you have a pain in your leg, and then you take a painkiller. Now, taking that painkiller, does that mean that the pain goes away? No. Only the signals that are coming from that leg to your brain, only those signals go away. But when the painkiller wears off, the pain comes again. So if a bloody outside chemical can control your body, then you can control your body with your mind. Okay, let me give you another example. I'm sure you can resonate with it. So let's say tomorrow morning you have an exam. Don't worry, you don't. Repeat that again. Okay, so let's say tomorrow morning you have an exam and it's 12 o'clock at night and you're feeling very sleepy. But there's one chapter left, and that one chapter is an important chapter, and you guarantee know that 25 marks will come from that chapter. And you also know that it's just going to take just maximum of 1 hour to complete that chapter. To study it after the to do that. So will you take that 1 hour or will you go to sleep? We'll take that 1 hour. Okay? So tomorrow you have that exam. That exam is up to 2 months. What will you do? You go to sleep, right? So that's your body taking over your mind. Okay? And the second lesson that I learned from it was that consistency is the key. I mean, it's a cheap cliche, but that's what it is. Okay? Let's say you should be better than yourself. Okay? What you were yesterday. So you should try to improve yourself on a daily basis. Now somebody comes up to me, I remember that person said that, what are you talking about, improving yourself and developing yourself and becoming better than yourself every single day. So I told him, okay, what do you want to do then? So he told me that I don't want to be better than myself. I want to be a world champion. I want to break the record of Usain Bolt. So I asked him, okay, what's the record of Usain Bolt? You said 9.45 seconds, let's suppose. Okay, so what is your timing today? So my timing is 12 seconds. So tomorrow when you go to the field, will you beat 9.45 or 12? 12. 12, 11.99, 11.98, 11.97, 11.96. If you are better than what you were yesterday, one day you will beat Usain Bolt. That's how it goes. And the third, again it's a cliche, that never ever give up. When at that moment at the 10th hour, when I was feeling that my wrist was about to snap and it would just fall off at any given moment, if at that moment I could have stopped, I would not have made it better. And your brain works like, you should not give your brain a second option. If your brain sees that this idiot is going to either do it or he is going to die, then there is no option left for your brain. Then your brain will start finding solutions that how can you achieve this task. So that's how you do it. And I just want to keep it short and precise. I just want to share my experiences with you. And it's not just the record that I've proven people wrong. Some people said that I couldn't even write. So now I've written 4 books in just 1 year. The first book that I wrote was when I was 20. And I'm 21, I've written 4 books including a ghost-written book. Some people said that, as I told you, that I was an introvert. So I couldn't speak. I've given 2 Joe's talks and I was speaking here as well. So it's about overcoming your fears, becoming better than what you were yesterday. That's all about that. So I'll just keep my message short. And my message is very simple. Just believe in yourself, work hard, and then pull the trigger. That's what we do. Thank you.